Hey guys, it's Tiffany Harelik, and I'm here with your Wise Skies astrology forecast for the week of February 19th through 25th, 2024. As we start this week on Monday the 19th, here in the States, it's President's Day, so maybe some people are enjoying the day off. Chiron in the sky, that represents that part of us, that wounded healer, that part of us that's small, vulnerable, interested in something that we feel kind of nerdy. We all have that little aspect of us. And that is in the sky is right next to the North Node, our fate, our destiny, something that's calling us forward. So this would be a very interesting time to sign up for a healing class, to offer healing. As if anything is right next to the North Node, it's going to be opposite and complementary to what's going on in the South Node, right? So Chiron and the North Node are working together when complementary in opposition to the South Node, which is that deja vu kind of past life, that feeling like we've been here before. This is a sensitive transit. I think that your senses are going to be heightened. The medicine bag is going to be like this idea that we all have something that we can offer to the other that we can't quite heal in ourselves. This is like finding your spiritual medicine bag, finding a spiritual teacher, being a spiritual teacher. All of these are themes early in the week. Really healing information is coming forward and illuminating something for you, perhaps from the past, right? Awareness is a really great teacher. When we will pause and listen, awareness and silence is such a great teacher. So maybe some quiet meditation here on Monday, the 19th. There are no aspects on Tuesday or Wednesday. So what we'll look at on Wednesday is that the moon enters Leo. So the moon represents and reflects to us our emotional needs changing, the things that we're hungry for are changing, some aspect of our digestion or health is changing. We just need some different kind of emotional nutrients from the sky. And so when the moon is in Leo, that's very feisty, flirty, entertaining, kind of like a good time to watch movies, a good time to be inspired by something that just lights you up. You might play with some fuchsite, right, for heart-centered joy. You might play with some cinnamon. You might play with some tarragon. Something like even mustard just brings that spice of life. In the diet, Leo rules the heart, right? If you think about that, and it's powered by the sun. So you could do like a solar themed charcuterie board, like blood orange slices, grapefruit circles, Marcona almonds, Mediterranean flavored olives. All of those foods are ruled by the sun. So all of our food has a planetary correspondence and rulership. And you can think about when the moon is in a fire sign that things might be more inflamed. In yoga, at least in hot yoga, there's a saying that I think it's so brilliant, but it really took me off guard the first time I heard it. Which, after every posture in hot yoga, your heart is like, and the whole point is to recover your breath afterwards quickly and slowly with deep breathing. How quickly can you recover, right? So what they have the saying that it's like you have the mini heart attack now, so you don't have the big one later. So cardiovascular health is important all the time, but perhaps highlighted here with the moon in Leo. Reversing Heart Disease by Dr. Is it Ornish, guys? Is a book that I read during yoga school that I thought was really powerful. So if that's something that's coming out for you or a theme for you, what do you need to cool down? What do you need to do to reduce inflammation and not create more spice when there's already spice in the sky? So Leo is a fire sign. It's ruled by the sun. Your mantra is, it's good to be me. Have you looked at yourself in the mirror and said, I love you, beautiful, wild, free soul. You're a child of the universe. Have you fallen in love with yourself? This is a great moon to do that. Early Thursday morning, Venus is going to be right next to Mars in Aquarius, which is kind of juicy and spicy. So intimacy, passion, clues about what drives us, what do we want, right? What are our desires and what's the opposite of that? What can you notice about that? What can you learn about that? What's in your awareness field around your desires? So this matchup usually it only occurs once a year, I believe, with Venus and Mars together. This year it's in Aquarius, right? It's kind of a freaky sign. So, let me know what you think. I'm curious what the skies are illuminating for you around your passions right now. So there's yin yang energy that is being realigned for you here on Thursday. On Friday, Mercury will move into Pisces. So it's been in Aquarius, the sign of the collective. It's moving into Pisces, the sign of the dreamer. The two fish, right? So studying the two fish of Pisces. So we're given these keys that allow us to be really vulnerable with each other with Mercury and Pisces. We're getting clues from the universe. We might share dreams with people. We might share meditative space with people. Pisces is very creative, so you might find that you're in kind of a flow, that you're getting downloads, that you're getting uploads, that you're from the earth even, right? We don't always have to just get downloads from the skies. We can get uploads from the earth library. So the cosmic muse is sometimes what I think of with Pisces, the cosmic yoga teacher. Ask for clarity through your emotions. Understand your emotional nervous system. Are you in a fight or flight state? Are you in a frozen state? Are you in a ventral, everything's cool and groovy state? And then what's happening in the out picturing? What's happening in your life? So, and do you need to change that movie to reflect something different? Well, it involves changing the dream that you're experiencing inside of your nervous system. The Hidden Messages of Water by Dr. Masaru, I don't know how to say the name, Emoto, right? He came to speak in Austin, and I got to go see him before he passed away. This is an incredible human being. I know a lot of you guys that are into astrology and watching this are already very familiar with his work, but Dr. Emoto, The Hidden Messages of Water, this could be a good time to check back in with that reality, to put messages on your actual water bottle. Outwardly or inwardly, right? And experiment with that. How he went around and prayed over all of the bodies of water. Anytime he spoke at any town, any country, anywhere he was traveling, he went and prayed over each of the bodies of water. What an impact, what a life, like what a legacy. So let that inspire you. Be inspired by his work. Pisces is a water sign. That's why I'm talking about it that way. On Friday, I want you to be aware that the moon is void of course all day long. So things feel way more nebulous, out of touch, not a good time to make important decisions. You find you get really tired on the call. The Zoom is like dragging on. You can't wait to get out of work. You might wear like your comfy clothes to work that day. Things feel foggy. Things feel like you want to sleep more. I know that personally, I will have just gotten back from an international trip. And so that is a day of rest for me on February 23rd. And it coincides with a day of rest for the planetary energies too. So come Friday night, the moon will enter Virgo, and it's the little things that matter when the moon is in Virgo. So being sweet, sending little sweet messages, leaving little nice things when for the other people in your house to find. Your personal check-in with the moon in Virgo is, can I release any lingering analysis paralysis? Can I clean house of mind and body? What would feel good to get organized, right? Virgo loves getting organized. And this is a nice vibe for the weekend too, the organization energy, because Saturday there's a full moon at 5 degrees of Virgo. Your full moon intention is that stability, consistency, and inner peace come naturally to me. So full moon in Virgo, right? Roots, refuge, ancestry, lineage, studying things like Virgo is the virgin, studying like, oh, what's my favorite? The Wisdom of the Children is one of my favorite books about the women that saw the Virgin Mary in France. And I just love like reading about miracles and the Virgin Mary and things like this with the Virgo moon influence. Virgo also influences our gardens, our foodways, our pets. It influences our preventive health, the things that we do in routine on a day-to-day basis that keep us healthy. So with any full moon, be aware that the tides are high. Literally, the tides are high. Our emotional bodies are heightened. Blood flow is higher. Cycles are breaking. Karmic deadlines are approaching with the full moon, right? So people can be a little crazy. I know that the emergency workers, the people in hospitality know when it's a full moon because it gets a little zany out there. The Sabian symbol is a merry-go-round, Interesting. So how do you work with the Sabian symbol? For me, I just like journal about it or draw it, or I just stay curious about it. It's interesting what you might notice when you bring that piece of data, the Sabian symbol, into your moon and your lunar studies. So this particular full moon we're observing something from a pattern that kicked off in August of 2022. So just checking in with any patterns that you might notice. Then on Sunday, the 25th, Venus squares Jupiter. Sometimes with these Jupiter squares, we feel stretched out of our comfort zone. That's okay. That's growth, right? That's what Jupiter does. Shows us new horizons and new possibilities, puts us on the magic carpet ride and says, like, yeah, let's be the fool card. Screw it. Let's go. We have what we need. Let's think big, right? Stop playing small. In a square to Venus, it might be that you're overdoing something, making a mountain out of a molehill. With Venus, it could be that you're overeating sugar. I'm very guilty of that a lot of the times. Do you have champagne taste and a beer budget? Are you being realistic about your expenses? Are you just saying, put it on the credit card, right? Or is something happening that you got to put it on the credit card? I don't know, but Venus rules romance and finance, Jupiter making things big, and there's a square, there's a challenge there. So, this transit represents the card of temperance in tarot, which means to mix things in Latin. In the Latin, losing my words. Well, it means to mix. I can't think of the word. And it means to blend, right? Temperance is about reeling something in, reeling something back, not going bar ditch to bar ditch, right? Not like veering over, but just kind of staying in the middle of the road. So over the weekend, is there a theme around staying in the middle of the road that would be beneficial to you? All right, that's your forecast. I hope it's been useful. Again, I'm Tiffany Harelik, and this was the Wise Sky Astrology Forecast. All my best to you. Have a great week. You have free will. Work with this knowledge wisely for your benefit and the benefit of others. Namaste.